When I think of my nostalgia for Evolution Worlds, I think back to one particular boss that stopped me progressing in my younger years. This was my opportunity to redeem myself and overcome the boss, which I did. That powerful memory carries a lot of weight with this game, but aside from that, I remember the game being nothing that stood out too much other than some obnoxious spots. And after rewatching my playthrough, I've decided to place it behind Persona 5. Here's why. While playing through the game, I didn't have a great many insights or comments throughout it. The story of the game was very light and my attention was predominantly in the dungeons. Those areas took hours to get through in some instances, and the variety could leave one wanting. When the end of the game was reached and I had given my thoughts, there were moments of relief as I had not only defeated a boss that I couldn't surpass in my younger years, but I also finished the game as well. It was like a weight off my shoulders was lifted, and I was glad for that. I had felt that the game had some cool aspects, such as being able to combine items or how basically every NPC had voice acting. There was a certain charm to the game that was there, but in the end I didn't like the story as it left much to be desired and the gameplay just felt okay. As a whole, the game fell into the large bucket that is mediocre and average, and I definitely felt it had more to offer than what it gave. The rewatch experience left a lot to be desired as well. As with my past self, I felt the story was light and needed more added to it. As a whole, the game felt like it was rushing along to do things, and when you take into account that it was once two separate games, it starts to make more sense. And yet, even with the story not really doing the world or its characters justice, the general gameplay certainly felt lacking as well. Combat had many neat aspects to it, especially in terms of customization and how many abilities each character had, but there was also a lack of refinement. After defeating Prince Eugene at what would be considered the end of Act 1, the game gets considerably easier for the first portion. In fact, that next boss was 5 levels lower than Prince Eugene, and the boss after that was only 5 levels higher than that. There was also Yurka, who was a whopping level 59 and a massive increase of the previous level 35 boss. When I had entered the fight for the first time, I was level 43 and hopelessly outmatched. There were also some minor things like sound effects being very loud, while much larger issues like Linear being removed from the party 2 times in pivotal moments, where in the prior points of the game she was required. Based on memory, I ranked Evolution Worlds at 100 out of 117, and I can definitely see it being around that area for a long time. The game accomplishes what it aimed to do and delivered a functional combat system with a story that needed a lot more love, but it also delivered a lot of monotony. Some of the dungeons had too many floors and the battles just went on forever. So I think Evolution Worlds comes up behind Persona 5. Even though it overstayed its welcome for me, Persona 5's story and gameplay experience exceed what was delivered with Evolution Worlds. It had aspects that I could grasp onto and enjoy, which I didn't find so much of here. Had the story been given more spotlight and the time spent in dungeons significantly decreased, I believe the experience would have been much more positive for Evolution Worlds.